But now we've got another perspective, and that is from Miss Mary Johnson, who was a student at the University of Washington on that terrible day. And all I know for sure is that she quickly married her college sweetheart. And now the rest is going to be up to Mary to tell us about how that day affected her life.
Well, I have so many things to tell that I could write a book, and all of you would be petrified before you were able to get out of here. So one thing I'm thinking about is, the day that I turned on the radio, we didn't have TV, and there was an announcement that Pearl Harbor had been bombed by the Japanese. And so, of course, all of us were very frantic about people, relatives that we knew that were there and neighbors. But we gradually found out more. And then one thing I remember of that day was a speech by our president, President Roosevelt, talking about we have nothing to fear but fear itself. And so that was sort of a mantra for the war effort. And also when you were talking about Churchill and the wonderful leadership that he showed during World War II, that we have to put forth blood, sweat,
and
tears, blood, sweat, and tears to win the effort. And all of England worked hard to accomplish that. Well, we went through a lot of changes here in that era, and we had ration stamps, and we had little coins, tax coins, and a lot of little things that we complained about. But I just have a lot of happy memories about the war years and the attitude of the American people about accomplishing the impossible. And it was our president's leadership, I think, that stimulated us to feel that way. So I graduated from Lincoln High School in Seattle in 1940, and my boyfriend at that time played football. We both started the University of Washington in the fall, and so during our freshman year we accomplished the work of school for freshmen. Then we started our sophomore year, and in October of 1941 we announced our engagement, and people were wondering what they were going to do at the time that the war broke out. The young men were all concerned, are they going to be drafted? Are they going to be sent overseas? Are they going to be doing private grunt work on shore? And so my dear fiance decided to take a test to see if he could managed to enter the Army Air Corps, is what they called it in those days. And he passed with flying colors. So we set our wedding date for New Year's Eve of 1941, right a few weeks after Pearl Harbor. And within a month or so, he was off for his pilot training. And I have a lot of happy memories about my friendship with him in high school, and the fact that we were married, but he was killed in a plane crash when he was an instructor instructing young men to fly for the Army Air Corps. So, but in later years I have, made a big recovery, and I could write a book about it, but I lived in the last few years near a neighborhood near Jackson Golf Course, and I was walking around the block, and here was this American Legion Hall, and it was called the Star Sutherland Post, number 227, and I said, Star Sutherland? I went to high school with him. And then I looked into it. Star Sutherland's father was one of my history teachers at Lincoln High School, And Star Sutherland, his son, was killed during the Battle of the Bulge. So I have a history about that relationship and friendship with his mother. And anyway, then we built a home in View Ridge. That's why I was a member of this church and raised 4 children there. Back in the days, they all went to View Ridge Grade School, Eckstein Middle School, and Roosevelt High School. And when we first built our house, 70th, the street that this church is on, was not paved, and the dust would fly in the summertime, and the airplanes would fly so close over the top of the hills, going down to the airfield at Sandpoint Naval Air Station, that would wake my babies up when they were having their naps. So that was part of the annoyance of the, that was in the days, after 1950 and so on. But I could go on forever, but somebody else's turn.